everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be using Splendor from my mind's eye again today, and in the previous video I said that Splendor was from Webster's Pages and I was wrong. So it's from my mind's eye. So I did a lot of fussy cutting before I did this layout. I fussy cut from two separate pages from the collection, and so this is the photo that I'm going to be using. It's of the table of Lucy's birthday. It's the sweets and treats table from her first birthday. I am going to be using that that thicker Home Sweet Home, and that is from, I think, the Heart of Home collection from Jen Hadfield a couple of years ago. I haven't used it at all. It didn't quite, the gold just didn't work for me in what I was using the collection for at that stage when it was scrapbooking Heart of Home. But the gold fits it perfectly with this collection. So you can see there that I still have some fussy cutting to do. I'm going to be cutting this floral out, this floral cluster out. I think two of them I'm going to be cutting out, and I'm going to be placing those florals at the bottom of my layout, sort of like a shelf that the treats and the title sits on. And this is going to be a very short video. I think it's only like almost 7 minutes long. So yes, that little word called brilliant, that little word is from the Oh My Heart collection, I think, and there's a sheet in the paper pad with all these white words on a gray background, and I fussy cut some of the words out as to use as titles on my papers, on my layouts. And in a previous video I also mentioned that I am using the Oh My Heart collection from Paige Evans to go with my Splendor collection from my mind's eye. Both of them have, the colors match perfectly. It's divine, it's gorgeous. So the two collections go perfectly together. And then for today's layout I brought in a third collection, this Heart of Home from Jen Hadfield. So yeah, so it just goes to show that mix and match, people. If you find that one element doesn't work for you, keep it, and then maybe in a couple of months time a collection will come out where that element suits you better with another collection than with the collection it actually came out with. For instance, that glitter Heart of Home title thicker, I mean, for me that didn't go with the Heart of Home collection so much, but it goes with this collection, or this event that I'm scrapbooking. It just goes perfectly with all of the gold aspects I'm bringing into with the Splendor and the Oh My Heart and all of that. I also thought that the title was quite tongue-in-the-cheek, Home Sweet Home, being that the photo on this layout is of a sweets and treats table with a cake, so everything is sweet in the photo. So it's kind of, yeah, it's playing on that a little bit. So I'm going to be popping up all of those floral clusters, the bouquets. I'm going to be popping them all up on some foam squares, and as you can see, it adds a lot of dimension. It also adds a little shadow, and I love it when a layout has a little shadow on it. It sort of, you know, brings in that extra little element of texture into the layout as well. So that I'm also going to be popping up on a foam square. Now I glued my photo down with a T-square just to make sure that everything was straight. I glued it down with some liquid glue. I didn't want to pop my photo up on foam squares, as I knew I would pop these bouquets up on some foam squares, and that would be enough dimension. Besides, the Home Sweet Home title, it's glittery, so there's a lot of texture and sparkle in that title. It also adds, it's quite thick, so it adds a lot of dimension as well. So there's quite a few dimensional aspects in this layout. It's a very simple layout. It's just basically this horizontal aspect that I am going with, and it's at the bottom half of the page, so there's not going to be happening quite a lot. Yeah, not much will be happening at the top half of the page, but I like the fact that there's an open space at the top half of the page. It almost looks like the flowers are on a table and the home sweet home and the picture, the photo, is sitting on top of the table, if you get what I mean. That's how my brain sees it, or my eyes. So I actually wish that I added a little bit like enamel dots or a little bit more to this layout, but in the end I didn't. I just used some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, some gold, added some more gold in there. I did add a doodly border. Now this is a brush pen, and I really like doing this type of border when I'm working with a very white background, because it adds a little bit of it brings in the black into the layout. Also, it grounds the layout. Very often if you have a very stark white layout, it feels a bit lost, unless that's the look that you're going for. But for this instance, I didn't go for the lost look or for the forlorn look or for the scattered look. I wanted something to be a bit more grounded, and the doodly border grounds the layout for me. It just frames it very nicely. So here I'm bringing in my Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine, and this is it for this layout. If you like what you see, please give this video a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Bye.